Hi guys, I'm Santos, leader of Group 9, and today I'm going to explain some of our topics. The first is the introduction of computing. Computing is any goal-oriented activity requiring, benefiting from, or creating computing machinery. It includes the study and experimentation of algorithmic processes and development of both hardware and software. Computing has scientific, engineering, mathematical, technological, and social aspects. Certainly, first more detail on the advantages and disadvantages of computers. Advantages of computers. Number 1. Multitasking. Computers excels at multitasking. They can effortlessly handle multiple tasks and operations simultaneously, allowing users to be more efficient and productive.
Go na lang.
Number 2, speed. The speed of modern computers is awe-inspiring. They can perform complex calculations and tasks in more seconds. Number 2, speed. The speed of modern computers is awe-inspiring. They can perform complex calculations and tasks in mere seconds, drastically reducing the time required for various activities. Number 3, task completer. Computers can undertake tasks that would be virtually impossible or incredibly time-consuming for humans to accomplish. From complex simulations to data analysis, they excel in various domains. Number 4, communication. Computers facilitate seamless communication with other devices and individuals across the globe. This interconnectedness has transformed the way we interact and collaborate. Disadvantages of computers. Despite their numerous advantages, computers also pose certain challenges and drawbacks. Number 1, security risk. Computers are susceptible to viruses and hacking attacks, which can compromise data integrity and privacy. Viruses can propagate through email attachments, infected websites, and removable devices. Number 2, online cybercrimes. The rise of computers and networks has given rise to online cybercrimes, including cyberstalking and fraud, which exploit digital vulnerabilities. Disruptions. Computers, with their high entertainment value and access to the internet, can lead to disruptions, affecting productivity and focus. Health problems. Prolonged use of computers can result in various health issues. Excessive screen time can lead to eye strain and dryness. Additionally, prolonged sitting at computers can contribute to neck and back problems, raising concerns about overall well-being.
Good day everyone. Today's lesson we will talk about different types of network devices and their uses. But first, we should know what is network device. Network devices, hardware devices that are used to connect computers, printers, fax machines, and other electronic devices to a network are called network devices. These devices transfer data in a fast, secure, and correct way over same or different networks. Network devices may be inter-network or intra-network. Some devices are installed on the device, like NIC card or RJ45 connector, whereas some are part of the network, like router, switch, etc. Let us explore some of these devices in greater detail. Types of network devices. First is modem. Modem is a device that enables a computer to send or receive data over telephone or cable lines. The data stored on the computer is digital, whereas a telephone line or cable wire can transmit only analog data. You can see in the PowerPoint the waveform of analog data and digital data. The main function of the modem is to convert digital signal into analog and vice versa. Modem is a combination of two devices, modulator and demodulator. The modulator converts digital data into analog data when the data is being sent by the computer. The demodulator converts analog data signal into digital data when it is being received by the computer. Types of modem. Modem can be categorized in several ways, like direction, in which it can transmit data, type of connection to the transmission line, transmission mode, etc. Depending on the direction of data transmission, modem can be of these types. First is simplex. A simplex modem can transfer data in only one direction, from digital devices to network modulator, or network to digital devices, the modulator. Second is half-duplex. A half-duplex modem has the capacity to transfer data in both the direction but only one at a time. And third is full-duplex. A full-duplex modem can transmit data in both the directions simultaneously. And the next network device is RJ45 connector. RJ45 is the acronym for Register Jack 45. RJ45 connector is an 8-pin jack used by device to physically connect to Ethernet based Local Area Network (LANs). Ethernet is a technology that defines protocols for establishing a LAN. The cable used for Ethernet LANs are twisted pair ones and have RJ45 connector pins at both ends. These pins go into the responding socket on device and connect the device to the network. The next network device is Ethernet card. Ethernet card, also known as Network Interface Card (NIC), is a hardware component used by computer to connect Ethernet LAN and communicate with other devices on the LAN. The earliest Ethernet cards were external to the system or needed to be installed manually. In a modern computer system, it is an internal hardware component. The NIC has RJ45 socket where network cable is physically plugged in. Ethernet card speeds may vary depending upon the protocol it supports. Old Ethernet card had maximum speed of 10 Mbps. However, modern cards support fast Ethernet up to a speed of 100 Mbps. Some cards even have capacity of 1 Gbps. The next network device is router. A router is a network layer hardware device that transmits data from one LAN to another if both networks support the same set of protocols. So a router is typically connected to at least two LANs and the Internet Service Provider (ISP. It receives its data in the form of packets, which are data frame with their destination address added. Router also strengthens the signal before transmitting them. That is why it is also called repeater. Routing table. A router reads its routing table to decide the best available route the packet can take to reach its destination quickly and accurately. The routing table may be of these two types. One is the static. In a static routing table, the routes are fed manually, so it is suitable only for very small networks that have maximum 2 to 3 routers. 2 is the dynamic. In a dynamic routing table, the router communicates with other routers through protocol to determine which routes are free. This is suited for larger network where manual feeding may not feasible due to large number of routers. The next network device is switch. Switch is a network device that connects other networks to Ethernet networks through twisted pair cable. It uses packet switching technique to receive, store, and forward data packets on the network. The switch contains a list of network addresses of all the devices connected to it. On receiving a packet, checks the destination address and transmit the packet to the correct port. Before forwarding, the packets are checked for collision and other network errors. The data is transmitted in full duplex mode. Data transmission speed in switches can be double that other network device like hubs used for networking. This is because switch shares its maximum speed with all the devices connected to it. This helps in maintaining network speed even during high traffic. In fact, higher data speeds are achieved on network through use of multiple switches. Next network device is gateway. Gateway is a network device used to connect two or more dissimilar networks. In networking parlance, networks that use different protocols are dissimilar networks. A gateway usually is a computer with multiple NICs connected to different networks. The gateway can also be configured completely using software. As networks connect to a different network through gateways, these gateways are usually hosts or endpoints of the network. Gateway uses packet switching technique to transmit data from one network to another. In this way, it is similar to a router. The only difference between router can transmit data only over networks that use same protocols. And the last network device is Wi-Fi card. Wi-Fi is the acronym for wireless fidelity. Wi-Fi technology is used to achieve wireless connection to any network. Wi-Fi card is a card used to connect any device to the local network wirelessly. The physical area of the network which provides internet access through Wi-Fi is called Wi-Fi hotspot. Hotspot can be set up at home, office, or any public spaces. Hotspots themselves are connected to the network through wires. A Wi-Fi card is used to add capabilities like teleconferencing, downloading digital camera image, video chat, etc. to all devices. Modern devices come with their inbuilt wireless network adapter. And that's all the different types of network devices. Thank you.
Computer networking technology. In this part, I will discuss and explain the major terminologies used in computer networking. 1. It stands for Wide Area Network and covers a wide area such as a city. A WAN is the technology that connects your offices, data centers, cloud applications, and cloud storage together. LAN. It stands for Local Area Network and covers a small area such as a small office or home. A LAN is the opposite of a WAN. If the WAN covers a wide area, the LAN on the other hand covers a small area. Internet. It is a computer network system that connects the computers of the world. It is normally connecting through WAN and LAN. Through the internet, people can share information and communicate from anywhere with an internet connection. Intranet. It is a small room computer network system as it covers a small area and only authorized people can access it. It is a private network contained within an enterprise that is used to securely share company information and computing resources among employees. Extranet. It is also a sort of internet access to which is granted only to a few. An extranet is a private network that enterprises use to provide trusted third parties such as suppliers, vendors, partners, consumers, and other businesses. World Wide Web. It is the service that is used on internet to view and search contents in the form of web pages. These pages are interconnected by means of hyperlinks that users click on for information. Instant messaging. It is an online facility that facilitates us to chat or talk. Such service is provided by Skype, Google Talk, Windows Live Messenger, Yahoo, Messenger, etc. We use these apps in our daily lives to communicate with friends, relatives, teachers, etc. In conclusion, instant messaging is a powerful tool that can help teams communicate more effectively and collaborate more efficiently. Voice over Internet Protocol. It is a protocol which is used especially for voice transfer over IP network. Likewise, it facilitates users to make phone calls by using internet. This voice over internet protocol is a technology that allows you to make voice calls using a broadband internet connection instead of a regular or analog phone lines. Really simple syndication, RSS. It is a technique which is used for the dissemination of information, articles, etc. Users normally subscribe to the RSS channel in order to receive news. After subscription, users do not need to visit the respective website, rather they receive email regarding the same. An RSS feed or channel includes summary description, a photo, features, etc. Weblog. It is a sort of online inventory, normally on a specialized topics, that consists of series of entries. These entries are arranged in opposite chronological order. The person who maintains the weblog regularly updates it with a new information. Podcast. It is a digital file that normally contains audio or video record and is available on the internet as well. For example, an episodic series of digital audio files that a user can download to a personal device to listen to at a time of their choosing. Social networking websites. It refers to the websites that facilitate users with a common platform where they can share their message, text, audio, or even video form, image, video, etc. For example, Facebook, Google+, Twitter, MySpace, etc. Chat rooms. It is a dedicated area on the internet that facilitates users to communicate. Chat rooms are typically hosted on a server with an internet connection, enabling members from around the world to hold conversations about various topics. Public Switch Telephone Network (PSTN). It is a technical expression for public telephone system. It allows subscribers at different sites to communicate by voice. The features of a PSTN are subscribers can be connected by entering telephone numbers. Integrated Services Digital Network (ISDN). It is a set of communication standards that transmit voice, video, data, and other network services. It is a circuit switch telephone network system that transmit both data and voice over. It is a circuit switch telephone network system that transmit both data and voice over a digital line. These digital lines could be copper lines, asymmetric digital subscriber line, ADSL. It is a sort of digital subscriber line, DSL, technology that facilitates faster data transmission. Asymmetric digital subscriber line also use copper lines just like integrated services digital network. But unlike regular dial-up copper telephone line service, ADSL provides continuously available. Download. It is a process that saves data from internet onto a personal computer. Download can refer to the general transfer of data or to transferring a specific file. It can also be called download or DL. Upload. It is a process that transfers the saved data from a personal computer to internet server. Examples of uploading include sending email, posting photos on social media site, or even sending schoolwork from your teacher online. Dial-up. It is a technique in which a phone line is used in order to connect to the internet. Technically, a dial-up connection works in much the same way as a normal phone call, except that it connects computers at either end instead of two people. Broadband. It is a wide bandwidth data transmission that transport multiple signals and traffic types swiftly. It is called broadband because the bandwidth used is wide, which allows multiple signals at once. This basically means it is quicker than a non-broadband connection. Broadband connections include Wi-Fi, DSLs, fiber, and satellites.
Good day everyone, we're going to talk about the concepts of internet technologies. First, we're going to talk about internet. We've been using internet for like so long. Some have internet while others do not have. The internet that we know nowadays is the thing called router that we see attached in our own house. But do you know that there's a common definition of internet in the past? That's only two. First is a network is based on the TCP or IP communication protocol. What is the meaning of it? It means like we're talking about a big group of connected networks that communicate using a special set of rules called TCP or IP. It's like saying that there are many roads that cars used to talk each other and they follow a specific traffic code. And this helps them share information smoothly, just like the TCP or IP protocol does for computer networks. Next, we will discuss internet-based service. There are 5 basic services available to the internet users. There are 5. Right? First, we have the email. This email. This is the fast and easy to communicate and cheap way with other users around the world. Second is telnet. It lets you connect to another computer over the internet and control it as if you were sitting right in front of it. The third is the file transfer protocol. Allows users to transfer virtually every kind of file that can be stored on a computer from one computer to another. And the last is the Usenet. What is the use of Usenet right now? Usenet. It is like a giant bulletin board, like where people from all over the world can put messages and have discussions on various topics. And the last is the www, stands for World Wide Web. It is a hyper interface to internet information resources. Next topic is, what is www? www stands for World Wide Web. What is the definition of it? It is a way of exchanging information between computers on the internet, tying them together into a vast collection of interactive multimedia resources. We will talk about Hypertext Transfer Protocol, or known as HTTP. It's like a language that allows web browsers like Google Chrome, Firefox, or Safari, and websites to talk to each other. When you type a web address like www.example, like www.google.com into your browser, it sends a message in the Hypertext Transfer Protocol to the website server asking for the page you want to see. The server that then sends back to the page, and your browser reads it and display it on your screen. It's like a conversation between your browser and the website's computer, so you can view and interact with web pages. Next, we'll talk about a URL, or known as Uniform Resource Locator. It is like an address for a specific page or resource on the internet. It's what you type into your web browser's address bar to find a particular website or web page. For example, you type on the link https, that was the protocol, semicolon, / and www.facebook.com/page. That's the example of URL, or Uniform Resource Locator. It tells your browser to use the HTTPS protocol to connect to the server located at www.facebook.com, for example, and to look for a page name. Page. Think of it like a set of directions that guides your browser to the exact location of the web page you want to visit, and that is URL. We will talk about website. What is website? It is like a digital place on the internet where you can go to find information, which video, play games, or do other things. It is made out of pages that you can look at using web browser like Chrome, Firefox, Safari. It is just like a book that has different pages. Website can have many pages. You can explore by clicking on links. This is a little bit different, but that is all online. Next, we will talk about web server. Every website lives on a special computer called web server. This computer is like a super interconnected hub. Each web server has its own unique address, and which is a set of 4 numbers. Kind of like code. For example, it will be something like an IP address, for example, like that. When you choose a name for your website, it is called the domain name. For example, like facebook.com. That is a domain name. You also have to tell the internet where to find it. You do this by linking your special address on the web server. It's going to store your website. That is called web server. Next, we will discuss about, I will give the definition of web browser. web browser. It's like when you buy a PC, it's already installed in your computer. It's like a software that installed in your PC already. It is also, what is the use of web browser? It is to access the web. You need a web browser, such as different Microsoft Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox. Currently, you must be using any sort of web browser while you are navigating through any site that you want, like Facebook.com. The web browser you are using na ginagamit natin ay Google Chrome. That's one of example ng web browser. When you're navigating through pages of information, it is commonly known as browsing or surfing. That's what we call web browsing. Next topic naman nun, after ng web browsing, is like SMTP server. What is SMTP server? It is like a digital post office worker for your email, right? When you send an email, it's like dropping a letter into a mailbox. SMTP server is the one that takes your email messages and sends it to the right destination, yung pagbibigyan mo. It uses a lot of rules, or what we call SMTP protocol, to make sure your message gets the correct email address. So it's kind of like behind the scenes worker that ensures your emails get delivered to the right place. And that's one of my interpretation of SMTP server. Next naman is ISP, or known as Internet Service Provider. Lahat naman tayo siguro gumagamit ng mga internet, pero hindi naman siguro lahat mayroon internet sa bahay. Ano bang meron sa ISP na yan? Sila yung mga company na nagbibigay ng mga internet. Sila yung mga companies na nagpiprovide ng mga service in terms of internet connection to connect sa network nila. Yun mga internet service provider. For example, ang mga internet service provider, PLDT, Globe, Smart, Dito, Converge. Yan yung mga internet service provider na sinaservice sila ay magbibigay ng internet connection sa kanilang network para makakonect ka at makabrowse ka through website or anything you want on the web browser. Kailangan yan ang internet service provider. Siyempre, pag mapapakabit ka, siyempre may bayad. Sabi nga, company sila, mga private company, hindi naman sila public. Ayan po ang internet service provider. Next, we will discuss about HTML, or the Hypertext Markup Language. Remember, HTML is not a programming language. It's like the special code we use to create web pages on the internet. Parang yung mga nakikita na sa website, yung po ang HTML. Yung parang isang mata sa user. Parang bibigay siya ng design sa website na nakikita niyo ng Facebook, na mga nakikita niyo po doon is puro siya HTML. Pero nilagyan na siya ng design, tinatawag natin yung CSS. Pero ibang topic na po yun. It is a language that tells your web browser how to show a web page right now. The page you're reading is made with HTML, kagaya nga ng Facebook. Think of it is like a set of instructions that says where to put text, images, and links on web pages. It's a bit like a recipe or for making a web page. Look, the way it does is part of the bigger set of rules called SGML, which is used for making things like web pages on the internet, and that is what we call HTML. So naman natin yung hyperlink. Natawag natin na yung link na yan. It is like a magic door in a digital document, right? When you click on it, it takes you to another place on the internet. It could be in your web page or any different location. Pag kinilik mo yung isang link na yun, it could be a picture, or it can be a video or a file. At least kasi pwede yan magmukhang button, pictures, or just highlighted words na itabi sa Microsoft Word, sa PowerPoint, that you can click, clickable siya. And parang isa isang shortcut na nakakatulong that help you move around the internet easily. Pero yung pinagawa ng hyperlink. This is po yan sa part ng concept ng internet technologies. Okay, next is DNS, or which stands for Domain Name System. Ano ba yun? This is like a giant directory sa internet. Pag nagka-type tayo sa web address, for example, like www.youtube.com, it's like na naghahanap ka ng isang pangalan sa phone book. Yung computer mo, your computer asks DNS to find a special number or yung IP address where that website lives. Kasi when you get a domain name, it's like getting a phone number. You need to tell DNS where your website lives by giving it your IP address. If you don't do this, it's like having a phone with no number. Yun parang ganun yan. No? People won't be able to reach your website. So, make sure that ang DNS, make sure na natin ang DNS ay, and sometimes yung domain na natin, then makikita nila yung website na type nila. Gamit nila yung yung content dun sa type nilang website. Yun. Next topic naman is W3C, or the World Wide Web Consortium. So, magkaiba po ang www na World Wide Web sa W3C na World Wide Web Consortium. Ito siyang grupo ng mga experts sa internet na galing iba't ibang companies sa buong mundo. Na goal nila is ang internet at ang web ay gumagana ng maayos. Pero para siyang it's a bit like a team architects na sinisigurado nila yung isang make sure na yung building is well designed and safe. Kinarate ni Tim Berners-Lee. Kinarate niya yung W3C or World Wide Web Consortium ng 1994. Siya ang kauna-unang nakapag-create ng World Wide Web. Meron siyang rules, no? May standards ng how things on the web should work, no? Like how web pages are built and how they talk to each other. So paggamit ng web, syempre meron kang mga kinakailangan, no? Una, computer mo. Ito yung machine na ginagamit natin to access the web. Pangalawa is yung web browser. Para siyang isang special na tool sa inyong computer na hinahanap niya yung mga web pages. At pangatlo, number 3, is yung internet connection natin. Parang this is like a bridge that connects your computer to the web. So yun yung role ng internet connection. Pangapat is yung web server natin. So think of it is like a special computer where a website is kept on storage. And next is the routers or switches. They're like traffic directors na making sure na yung nare-request natin yung punta dun sa right place ng web. So yun yung nabanggit kong kailangan. Yun yung simple web. How the web works, no? Una, pinakang pumunta tayo sa website, no? Pag-type tayo sa web browser na like facebook.com, nire-request natin na pupunta sa special computers na tatawag natin DNS or domain name servers, no? Para silang mga address book na sa internet for the internet ng channel. And siya yung naghahanap ng tamang lugar para masend yung nire-request nyo. Pangalawa is yung pagkuha ng page na yun, no? Yung web browser na yun na request natin sa DNS o yung domain name servers na yun, parang hinahanap niya yung totoong number na yun sa website. Then sila yung, and it sends like a request using something called HTTP or Hypertext Transfer Protocol para lang makuha yung page na ginugusto mo. And yung next siguro nun is yung web servers, no? Sila yung pinaka-powerful na computer na ginagawa sa internet. Sila yung hold ng website, sila yung nagsisend sa'yo ng browser kung ano yung nire-request mo. Yung next is yung login request. Pag nag-ask tayo isang page, yung server na yun na nag-hold ng record na yun, yung listahan na yun, sila yung nag-take down notes kung ano yung mga gusto mo. Parang sila yung pag nag-request ka, and kung ano yung hinahanap mo. Next, yung getting more than one thing. Sa single web page kasi maraming kailangan yan hindi lang yung parang main content natin so kailangan din doon yung pictures, yung styles niya, ito yung mga bagay etc. Kasi yung nabanggit ko yun meron yung kanya-kanyang special address yung different source locator yung server na nag-send sila sa lahat ng browser na yun. Yung browser mo, sila yung browser mo, yung ginagaya nating browser, kasama-sama ng lahat para lang may pakita sa inyo ng web pages na gusto mong hanapin. For example, sa library, so may hinanap ng libro, di ba? Tapos nagtanong ka sa librarian, parang siya yung server, kasi kayo naghahanap. Kaya binibigay niya sa'yo kung ano yung gusto mo. Kasama na yung pictures, kung ano bang books yung hinahanap mo, or special pages na kailangan mo. Yung browser na yun, parang kagaya sa yung browser mo, pinagkasama-sama lang yung lahat para mabasa mo. So yun yung pagkakaintindi ko kung paano gumagana ng isang web.
Hello, good day everyone. Today, I'm here to talk about the World Wide Web, its evolution, architecture, and some key internet etiquette. We'll explore how this incredible invention has shaped our digital lives and the rules we should follow for effective online communication. Let's dive in. World Wide Web. WWW stands for World Wide Web. A technical definition of the World Wide Web is all the resources and users on the internet that are using the Hypertext Transfer Protocol, the HTTP. A broader definition comes from the organization that web inventor Tim Berners-Lee helped found, the World Wide Web Consortium, W3C. The World Wide Web is the universe of network accessible information, an embodiment of human knowledge. In simple terms, the World Wide Web is a way of exchanging information between computers on the internet, tying them together into a vast collection of interactive multimedia resources. Internet and web is not the same thing. Web uses internet to pass over the information. Imagine the WW as a giant library where computers share books, web pages, using a special language like HTTP. The evolution. World Wide Web was created by Timothy Berners-Lee in 1989 at CERN in Geneva. World Wide Web came into existence as a proposal by him to allow researchers to work together effectively and efficiently at CERN. Eventually, it became the World Wide Web. The WWW stands as an idea at CERN in 1989 into the global internet we know today. Following the diagram briefly defines the evolution of World Wide Web. The Web 1.0 is the static web pages, has brochureware, mostly publishing and no communities. And the Web 2.0 has social media, keyword search, richer user experience, and has tagging. Finally, the Web 3.0 is highly for mobile, has OpenID, semantic search, and has microblogging. The WWW architecture. WWW architecture is divided into several layers as shown in the following diagram. The web's architecture is like a cake with layers, each serving a different purpose. Identifiers and character set. Uniform Resource Identifier (URI) is used to uniquely identify resources on the web, and Unicode makes it possible to build web pages that can be read and write in human languages. URIs are like web addresses, and Unicode ensures web pages can be written in any languages. And now, syntax. XML, Extensive Markup Language, helps to define common syntax in semantic web. XML sets the rules for how web content should be constructed. Data interchange. Resource Description Framework (RDF) framework helps in defining core representation of data for web. RDF represents data about resource in graph form. RDF organizes data on the web like a graph. Taxonomies. RDF schema, RDFS allow more standardized description of taxonomies and other ontological constructs. RDFS adds standard labels to web data. Ontologies. Web Ontology Language (OWL) offer more constructs over RDFS, and it comes in the following three versions: OWL Lite for taxonomies and simple constraints, OWL TL for full description logic support, OWL for more semantic freedom of RDF. RDF organizes data. RDFS adds standard label to web data. OWL helps classify web data like sorting books into categories. Rules. RIF and SWRL offers rules beyond the constructs that are available from RDFS and OWL. Simple Protocol and RDF Query Language SPARQL is like SQL but languages used for querying RDF data and OWL ontologies. RIF and SWRL add extra instructions to web data. Proof. All semantic and rules that are executed at layer below proof and the result will be used to prove deductions. Proof ensures web data is accurate and trustworthy. Cryptography. All semantic and rules that are executed at layer below proofs and the result will be used to prove deductions. Think of it as a digital seal to verify web information. User's interface and applications. On top of layer, user interface and application layer built for user interaction. The web's fancy clothes and makeup for users. www operation. www works on client-server approach, following steps explaining how the web works. Number 1. Users enter the URL, say http://www.tutorialspoint.com of the web page in the address bar of web browser. Number 2. Then browser requests the domain name server for the IP address corresponding to www.tutorialpoints.com. Number 3. After receiving IP address, browser sends the request for web pages to the web server using HTTP protocol, which specifies the way the web browser and the web server communicates. Number 4. Then web server receives requests using HTTP protocol and check its search for requested web page. If found it, returns it back to the web browser and close the HTTP connection. Number 5. Now, the web browser receives the web page. It interprets and displays the content of the web page in web browser's windows. It's like sending a letter, but with computers talking to each other. Future. There had been a rapid development in the field of web. It has its impact in almost every area, such as education, research, technology, commerce, marketing, and etc. So the future of web is almost unpredictable. Apart from huge development in the field of WWW, there are also some technical issues that W3 Consortium has coped up with. The web's future is like a blank page waiting for new ideas and improvements. User interface works on higher quality presentation of 3D information is under development. The W3 Consortium is also looking forward to enhance the web to fulfill requirements of global communities, which would include all regional language and writing systems. Technology works on privacy and security is underway. This would include hiding information, accounting, access control, integrity, and risk management. Architecture. There has been huge growth in the field of web which may lead to overload the internet and degrade its performance. Hence, more better protocols are required to be developed. Internet etiquettes. Internet etiquette are also called as netiquette. Netiquette are basic rules and techniques which are accepted worldwide for effective communication through the internet. These are to be mandatorily followed. Some of the internet etiquettes are as follows. Short messages. Messages you send through the internet should be short and to the point. Spell check. Activate spell check feature in your document to avoid spelling mistakes while typing. Mix case. Instead of using a single case, either lower, upper, throughout the entire message, try to use mix case. This increases readability. For example, start with uppercase letters at the beginning of a line and paragraph. Write the headings in uppercase letters and body with mixed case letter. Subject. Always have a hint related to your content as a subject. The subject ought to be a phrase rather than a complete sentence, providing the proofs of email. Carbon copy. The mail addresses of the important people who are intended to read the content of the email should only be added in CC. Carbon copy. Blind carbon copy. You can go with blind carbon copy option when you are broadcasting the mail, especially among recipients who are unfamiliar. This avoids recipients from knowing others' email addresses. Name at the bottom. Include your name at the bottom of every mail or message you send. This helps to identify the sender, especially when you multicast or broadcast the message. Attachments to be small. Keep the attachment small with respect to memory size, as it block the recipient's mailbox. Try to avoid sending files larger than 2 megabytes. Do not forward unwanted messages. Avoid forwarding unwanted messages as well as the messages that do not belong to you. Abbreviations. Use abbreviations wisely. Send button. As you cannot change anything mail once it is sent, think twice before you hit the send button. Check whether you have conveyed everything in a formal language before hitting the send button. That is all. Thank you.
Email operations. Here we will discuss the operations that can be performed on an email. But first of all, we will learn how to create an email account. Creating email account. There are various email service providers available such as a Gmail, Hotmail, Email, Rediffmail, etc. Here we will learn how to create an account using Gmail. First is open gmail.com and click create an account. And now a form will appear. Fill your details here and click next step. This step allows you to add your pictures if you want. And if a window appears, click continue to Gmail. After that, you are done with creating your email account with Gmail. And now you will see your Gmail account as shown in following image. We have here a key points. First, Gmail manage the mail into 3 categories, namely primary, social, and promotions. Second, compose option is given at the right to compose an email message. Third, inbox, steered, send mail, draft options are available on the left pane, which allows you to keep track of your emails. Composing and sending email. I know that all of us is using Gmail and all of us is popular with sending email. You should specify the correct email address, otherwise it will send an error back to the sender. Once you have specified all the above parameters, it's time to send the email. The mailer programs provides a sending button to send email. When you click send, it sent it. It sent. It is sent to the mail server. To the mail server, and message mail sent successfully is shown at the bottom. It is the one of example of the reading email. Like in Gmail, emails are stored under different tabs such as primary, social, and promotions. When you click one of tab, it displays a list of emails under the tab. In order to read an email, you just have to click on that email. Once you click a particular email, it gets open. The opened email may have some files attached with it. The attachments are shown at the bottom of the open email with an option to download attachment. Ito naman ang example ng replying email. To reply an email, click reply option shown at the open email. Once you click on reply, it will automatically copy the sender's address into the field. Below the field, there is text box where you can type the message. Once you are done with entering message, click send button. It's that easy, your email is sent. And this is the example of forwarding email. It's also possible to send a copy of the message that you have received along with your own comments if you want. This can be done using forwards button available in mail client software. The difference between replying and forwarding an email is that when you reply a message to a person who has sent the mail, but while forwarding you can send it to anyone. When you receive a forwarded message as marked with a character in front of each line and subject, field is prefix FW. Ito naman yung example ng deleting email. If you don't want to keep email in your inbox, you can delete it by simply selecting the message from the message list and clicking delete or pressing the proceed command. Some mail clients offer the mails to be stored in a folder called delete items or trust from where you can recover or deleted emails. Email etiquettes. The term etiquettes refers to conventional rules of personal behavior. But while communicating via email, we cannot know about the body language and tone of voice, etc. Therefore, a set of guidelines for acceptable behavior on email that have been involved is known as email etiquettes. And here is the example of etiquettes. And here are a set of guidelines that should be followed while working with email. Downloading and uploading. Ano nga ba ang downloading at uploading? When you say downloading, it refers receiving data or a file from the internet on your computer. While uploading means sending data or files from your computers to somewhere on the internet. This is the example of downloading. Usually, when you download a file, you will start the download by clicking a link to that file. A hyperlook like this. Download our practice document. If you click the link, your browser should prompt you to select 1 to 2 methods for downloading file. The open with will download the file and load it immediately in the specified program, and save file will download it and save it to your hard drive. This is the example of uploading. If a site allows upload, it will have an upload activity to help perform the file transfer. Each site handles this process differently. Usually, the site will have help page to walk you through the upload process. Many sites have an upload button that opens a dialog box. For example, this Facebook has a camera icon that begins the upload process.